Shout out to Leos. I'm enjoying this Leo season this year, so thanks. It sounds like you're helping us generate some good cosmic energy, at least from where I'm sitting, so keep it rocking. This week's episode of the podcast contains a lot of discussion of the sexual variety. This is not a warning to our viewers. This is a heads up, letting you know that we got some lit content this week, and you're going to love it. Just wanted to let you know that at the beginning, so you're going to stay tuned, and we're going to get it cracking.
I remember when I first saw her face. Yeah, she was smiling, flying, and gliding all over the place. Yeah, when she looked into my eyes all through my life. You know who she was? Only lady ever met that made me wanna fly. But when they came into the room, saw me here with you. So they locked you in a tomb to save me from my doom. Goddamn what they do. Bombshell, bombshell,
Well, good fucking day. Welcome back to Monday, y'all. I took a week off because brains are a bitch, but we back. It is the 6th episode of the podcast. Happy August 6th. I am Rudy 6. You know, I use the number 6 a lot, and I swear it has nothing to do with Satan or the devil. It's just important to me. So if you feel uncomfortable with this number, you need to reassess, recalibrate, reduce, reuse, recycle, Rihanna. Oh, Nana. What's my name? It's Rudy 6. And welcome back to the 6th episode of the podcast. I took a little break. I already said that. I'm not going to fucking explain myself until it inevitably comes up later on in the show. It's actually because I was a little bit fucking depressed. No. Wasn't a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit. No, it was actually a lot depressed. But you know what? We're getting through things. This episode actually proved to be quite therapeutic. So grateful for that. Grateful for y'all. Grateful for loving my life, smart in my mind, art in my heart. I'm ready to start. Get moving again toward the end to win. Now, but what if I do not know how? Now, what if the feeling I'm feeling is tough? And what if having all this ego was rough? Then you do it. You do. Oh, fuck. Then you do it right now. Okay. Podcast back, 6th episode, August 6th. I'm Rudy 6. We'll be back.
The inocente no repente. So who gon' pray for me? Barbara. Hey, hey, hey. Barbara, Barbara, Barbara.
That I had forgotten some major fucking gems from my childhood. And I don't know if I'm repressing memories or what, but I've got to serve up some of this shit on a GD platter for y'all's consumption because it honestly helps me just, you know, I was talking to somebody about this, but I feel like I dissociate from a lot of my childhood. And I think a lot of it is rooted in just anxiety and, just different moments of like bullying and bullshit that I experienced growing up. They were always in relation to me being a naturally curious child or in relation to me just trying to figure out who I am. But it's interesting, like having certain things trigger certain moments of my childhood that really allow me to find connection with that kid again. So I'm going to be talking about some shit. So welcome to a brand new segment of the podcast called Repressed Memories with Rudy. It's not nearly as dark as it sounds. Not this time. Who knows about the future? Picture it. Mrs. Todd's 5th grade class. So it was the start of the day, and everyone always did like journals or some quiet shit to get the day going. But bless Mrs. Todd's heart for putting up with our extra asses. Speaking of extra asses, I decided to walk up to Mrs. Todd's desk one day, and I let her know what my show and tell was. Mrs. Todd responded by saying, "Sweetheart, we're not doing show and tell today." And, I chuckled to myself, and I said, "Listen here, Todrick. I ain't asking if we are doing show and tell today. I'm telling you that I am doing show and tell today." So I had her full attention at that point. Now, Mrs. Todd, I'm trying to give you this CD. You need this because you ain't going to fuck up this performance today, all right, girl? And let me tell you, she got so excited. Performance? Oh, my goodness, what a talented, creative little student I have. So I was getting heated at this point, but I needed to keep it together. Mrs. Todd was an ally. I needed to keep her on my side. Because, I didn't want to make an enemy out of the fucking manager of that damn classroom. I didn't want her fucking up my gig. But honestly, I couldn't fuck it up if I tried. Mrs. Todd was an old white lady, and I was her respectful black student. Now, there were some loud niggas in that class that always tried it with her. Always. So she loved the fuck out of my chunky Chucky Finster ass, I swear to God. Anyway, I went and placed the CD in the classroom CD player, a little boom box for your ass. Side note, my teacher didn't even check the CD. She had no doubt in her mind that I was going to play something that was appropriate for fucking fifth graders. But let me tell you, I work in elementary schools today, and I don't care what a kid looks like or what their track record is. I do science assemblies with lasers and shit, and we always have a soundtrack. It's a pretty dope soundtrack. The songs are current, but we always got to keep that shit appropriate. But when I'm at a school with mostly black or Latinx kids, or both, across the board, they want to hear Migos, Cardi, Nicki, Drake, Tekashi, whoever the fuck. So I know to just expect that they want the hood rat shit or the mainstream sex and drug shit, Xannies and shit, and I always just shut it down. Excuse me, Mr. Laser Guy, can you play Fifi or Kiki? Little human, you need to sit down right now, all right? Not today. Do you have God's plan? No. I got Mr. Rudy's plan, and it's to get through this, all right? So stop asking your dumb questions. We'll save them to the end, and then we will run out of time for questions. So just sit there and listen. It's honestly a very similar approach to podcasting. Sit your ass down and listen. Cause I got something to say about it. But what took me down was presenting to this quite Caucasian school. Not white, quite, just very. This very Caucasian school. Cause I'm sure they still want the ratchet songs, but they have the sense to not ask for it because their moms are always probably turning that shit back to Radio Disney, or now that's what I call music. But I wrapped up, and this sweet young child in a purple dress walked up to me. Long ginger hair, curls and shit, freckles. I know this also sounds like an Orphan Annie situation. Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, this child seemed sweet. Why didn't you play Bodak Yellow? Child, you are in the 5th grade. Is that too high school for you? What? Child, go get in line. I ain't doing this with you today. But have a good day, my friend. Wild. I can't trust these kids. I can't trust them. They all know too much. They know too much, and I don't know this life. I am not playing when I say that if Teen Vogue did a Rugrats personality test, I would be Chucky Black Ass Finster. There's a reason why I reference that motherfucker often. That little asshole only ever got caught in shit because of Tommy, if the fucking twins were doing something dumb or gross, or if Angelica's Vladimir Putin ass got the kids caught up in some bullshit. So if not Chucky, I'd gladly be Susie Carmichael. And I was just talking to somebody about Rugrats, and they pointed out how Susie wasn't in their damn movies. And I forgot about that. Because I probably noticed it as a kid. But, when they go to that, when they lose that fucking ugly baby in the jungle, that was one movie. And then when they find, when Chucky's dad almost marries that evil gold digger in Paris. I was pissed to not see Susie in those movies at first. Is she in the Paris one? I don't fucking know, but I know she wasn't in that jungle mess. But I was pissed at first, but now that I look back on it, it just might have been some very realistic writing. Think about this. Susie's mama was a black doctor. You know what she ain't gonna do? Let her baby go into the jungle with all those white people. Her mama was probably like, Susan, I did Doctors Without Borders, honey. I did that for years. Now, you know what you're asking me to do? It's a different charity. It's called Mamas Without Babies. Take your ass to your room and get started on your Harvard application, bitch. Now, her daddy was a cartoonist for a kid's cartoon. So that nigga had to have the pipe. Think about that shit. Her mama was a doctor and a Harvard graduate. I'm sure her husband put in work in college. Animation is a tedious bitch. I would know, I studied that shit in college too. But you know that nigga was a stoner getting through all those drawings and shit. He probably met Susie's mama on a night out right after she finished an exam or right after she survived her first year of med school, and she was probably just shit-faced with med students. And they probably started flirting with each other, equally hammered. And they probably railed one another something wild in the restroom stall or in the back of a fucking Pontiac. Who knows? And it was probably her car, to be honest. And I don't even think she got caught up with dick addiction. I think she just made him like her checkpoint dick. Her dick point. Midterms done, dick point. Got a paid internship, bitch, dick point. Got fries that you didn't pay for in the drive-thru, dick point, bitch. I think she ultimately got over his bullshit and thought to herself, I don't really need him to be successful. I'll have this money thing on lock. Matter of fact, I'm going to break this nigga down and make him completely dependent on me. Financially, emotionally, the whole nine. And then she going to get the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? She probably locked that shit down and before long started having his babies. I'm pretty sure Susie has some older brothers or sisters. They might not have been written into the show at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure they were written into the show at some point. Wait, how the fuck I get here? Oh. Anyway. Mrs. Todd McFarlane pulled the cord on Journal Time or whatever, and she got the class's attention. You little assholes. One of our classmates has something he wants to share with us. So I took the stage. I was facing the whiteboard. I stood with feet shoulder-width apart, hands placed flat against one another behind my back. I looked at Mrs. Tadriana and nodded my head. The music came on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In the 5th grade, without any sort of prompting or encouragement, I did a full lip sync, including actual choreography to Oops, I Did It Again by you know good and goddamn well who sings that shit. Don't play with me. Mind you, it was the full version of the song where Britney has that whole sequence where they just steal the end of Titanic and do a lazy iteration of it. And during that whole part, just like the young professional entertainer I was, will be, and am, I returned to my waiting position, facing the whiteboard, shoulder width, hands behind the back, head down. I got my whole life. I felt phenomenal. Toe that shit up. I could do anything. You know what I did? I learned what the word gay meant. Got into my second fight ever. And I sat my ass in timeout during all of recess that day. It was some bullshit. Fuck Clarence Washington. That's all I have to say. Nigga scratched the shit out of my CD too. Okay, that part's not true. I did that shit. On my way to recess, I went to grab my CD from the CD player, and Mrs. Todd came to give me all of my things, all of my props, all of my awards. She started talking to me as I was putting the CD back into the caddy, and she's just gassing me the fuck up. Oh, you were so good, so talented. Oh my gosh, I love that song. And mind you, I'm fucking 10 or 11, so I am living for all of this love. I'm making direct eye contact with her, and I'm just sliding that CD all over that little raised circular piece in the center of the CD case that locks the CD in. So my dumb ass is scraping, scratching, and destroying my Britney CD because it was feeding time for my ego, so you know I can't miss that shit. And you know what? I think that's where my desperate need to impress white women came from. And then as I got older, I realized how easy it was to be a black gay man and impress white women. You know what I'm saying? Broke the curse, just like that. Anyway, I was recently reminded of this story, and I really needed to be. You know, I didn't do an episode last week because I had a pretty rough patch of depression. I got into doubting myself. You know, we've all been there before, but I really got deep in it. And I was doubting me. I was doubting my pursuit of being a performer, both musically and I was doubting myself if I could be a musical and a comedic performer. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized I've been holding on to the energy the energy coming from the negative people that have doubted me or judged me. And I've realized I've been addicted to that story of the judgment. I've been addicted to a sob story. And they've created these chemical clouds that hang over me and cause me to lose sight of what makes me great, what makes me different and valuable. And from like a sappy emotional sense and from just a marketable fucking sense, you know? I need to remind myself of these things. I need to look beyond the clouds to see the sun. And bitch, I am shining with my pen. Bitch, I'm signing. So let's ride this wave. Let's find the fucking wave, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Let's get up and get out. You ain't gonna ride no waves from your bed, bitch. Unless it's a waterbed. But, I ain't out here for loopholes. But what I'm saying is that we have to get up and move and we have to show up and put ourselves in a position to at least be present and to at least gain something and at least advance ourselves a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because that little boy who had no doubt in his head, I wasn't nervous that day. I woke up, I ate cereal, I handed that woman my CD, and I got my performance started. It wasn't about what nobody thought. It wasn't about what nobody said. It was about me sharing something, just doing something that felt undeniably right. I have to breathe. I have to drink water. And I have to get my ass on a stage or behind a mic and live. And I'm realizing more and more that, that little boy who had no doubt in his head about getting up and blessing those 5th grade babies is the same nigga that sits behind this mic today trying to bless more motherfuckers. Anyone who will listen, anyone who will watch, anyone who will fucking invest. I'd invest in me. I'd invest in me. I love y'all. Thanks for letting me share this because this is free and therapy is not. So let's all do a little therapy. Even if you can't get into an office, work out, write, read, paint, volunteer, call someone, do something good for you. I ain't talking about just get faded. I ain't saying don't get faded, but I'm not saying turning to drugs and alcohol it's a fun and social thing when done properly, but when it comes to actually getting through your shit and getting beyond yourself, those are just vices. Those are just things to postpone the feeling or postpone dealing with the facts of the matter. And the facts of what's going on inside of your head. So, have fun. Go out. Live it up. Get down. But work. Do the self-work. And it's called work because it ain't fucking fun. But damn it, so few people handle this mental shit. And look at the state of the world. People are so focused on what everybody else is fucking doing and how everybody else is fucking living. And it's all because we are so uninterested in our own lives. And we are so uninspired by what we ourselves got going on. So let's look within. Look in the mirror. Who is that girl I see staring straight, gay, lesbian, bi, transgender back at me? I know I didn't hit every letter. I don't have enough time. I'm so sorry. But let's take a look at ourselves. And really try to improve ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let's try that. Let's try it. So remember, we are investing in ourselves this month for always. But, we making it a priority that we are discussing this month. I invested in myself last week by just taking a day to me. And I look forward to foreseeing these things and these sort of struggles in the future. And I'm planning on not missing no more weeks. I really am making this a goal to make this shit pop on a weekly motherfucking basis. So let's do it. Anyway, we have a really fun ass segment coming up next. The audio is going to be a little bit funky. But I was hanging out with my homegirls Natalia and Riley at their apartment. And they live in LA around Koreatown. And we just got to shooting this shit, and I didn't have my microphone with me, but I just took out my phone and just started recording our conversations. We talked about, embarrassing masturbatory stories. Masturbatory stories. You hear that sounds? How fun. Masturbatory stories. Masturbatory stories. American Horror Story masturbatory stories. That's not all we talked about, but honestly, this happened days ago, and I can't fucking remember, but it's going to be some fun shit. We'll be back, and we'll be black. At least I will.
So I'm on the couch. I thought my mom was like doing something. Like in our house, we have like a really long hallway leading
Is this Victoria
to
Falls house?
No, the Centennial House one for it. Really long hallway leading to the like family room with the TV, whatever. I was watching Angry Beavers.
I hate you. I hate you. I was trying to smoke, bitch.
I'm sorry.
What?
Now, the
That was my
subject
favorite 90s cartoon.
is the best.
Defined my life now.
The best. Now, it's not that I was jerking off to Angry Beavers. I wasn't. That'd be crazy. I wasn't.
You just had an Angry Beaver.
I had an Angry Beaver and I went with it.
Between
I don't
your
know why,
legs.
but a wild hair, like, something happened to me while I was watching this show, and I just started fucking rubbing my junk. And I don't...
Natalia.
Now listen, there wasn't a rhyme or reason. I think it was like, just, I had my first like clitoris sensation and I was like, I gotta touch it, and I like did. And then my mom literally came down the hallway, saw what I was doing. I jumped up and was like, where's the dog? Where's Snowy? Where's Snowy? And she was like, what were you doing? And I was like, nothing. I was watching Angry Beavers. And she was like, I knew what you were doing.
Oh.
And she was like, it's okay.
Oh.
You know, it's a part of life. Okay?
Rubbing it out to Angry Beavers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Wait,
she
how?
was like, let me like round this out by saying don't do that in the fucking living room.
Let me round this. let's
But-
put a bow on this
Let's
bitch.
just like put a pin in that.
Oh my god.
But I have never vocalized that to anyone. And I was like 9 years old. I was really young.
Okay, I'm having like an automatic thought of your mom feeling the need to, at 9 years of age, go through the entire discussion.
That
like
part.
two kinds of parents.
Yeah.
One parent is like, "What are you doing? Oh, looking for the dog? Okay,
Here we go,
we'll
let's
speak
look
about
for the
it
That's
when
my
it's
parents.
relevant, right?
That's my parents.
When
Just
it's
look
relevant,
away.
we can't ignore it anymore. We'll talk about it." Let alone your mom
Yeah.
at 9 years old. The second a glimpse of it.
Do you wanna
happens.
know why, though?
Let's have the full discussion.
She was waiting to have that talk.
No, the
your
only
brother.
because of my brother, who literally at that age, my brother was already so well into jerk off mode that she was like, "Oh, this is just another fucking walk in the park." Because my brother had been like, "Oh my god, my brother."
And let's face it, boys jerking off is far more disgusting and
Disgusting.
monkey-like than
it's
girls.
very gross. So, but you know what it is though too is because my mom was so heavily involved in Al-Anon that I'm sure she had heard so many.
The hell's
Because like
Al-Anon?
it's what you go to when your husband is a belligerent drunk drug user and you need an outlet. You go to Al-Anon to talk about it.
Family member AA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, anonymous. Okay.
Anonymous. So the thing is though, I feel like she had heard probably a bunch of different scenarios from other parents of them going through those stages with their kids, and she was like, "Oh, okay, they said that, I'll say this," and it was fine. It worked.
Just so much respect for a parent that is just ready to tackle that issue head on as it's fucking happening.
Yeah, and then it was never brought up again. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like they're like,
Because how you gonna start that conversation again?
"Hey, you still
No.
jerking off? How's that
to,
going?"
to Nickelodeon
I was
cartoons?
like, "Yeah, I know, I can't."
Yeah,
even-
like-
yeah.
I was more of a Cartoon
Honey.
Network girl. I was more of a boomerang girl,
in my day.
beating it to the Flintstones
Oh my
and
God,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
that's actually a really sexy cartoon.
Jessica Rabbit
It's hot. No, but the
made
whole
me
thing,
rethink it.
The whole thing.
Actually, it is it's very erotic.
Very erotic.
based.
Angry Beavers, not so much. The title, yes.
The title, oh my god,
Title alone.
phenomenal. So for me, so when I was watching the 2000 Video Music Awards with Sean and Marlon Wayans hosting, you know this part, but you don't know what I did. So basically, you know, Sean Wayans
Already.
flashes his perfectly round chocolate ass, and there's a disturbance in the forest. Boners arrive, and then
Kitchen attendant.
I knew how to tape shit on VHS thanks to my mom.
Oh my God.
Because I walked in on like her taping I think Scream, the first Scream movie,
Yeah.
fucked my whole shit up. But so I taped that on VHS. Let me tell you, I've only worn out 2 VHSs in my life. It was Pinocchio when I was 1,
That makes sense.
and the Video Music Awards tape when I was 10.
It's hilarious.
So
You were 10.
now what I did,
Oh my God, I so saw all
I
of
would pause it. I would get myself a little riled up as the moment was approaching, and then I would pause it when Sean's ass was on screen. Marlon, whoever the younger one was, I'm trying to remember which brother or what their names are. I know it was the younger brother, but I forget what names are whose.
Yeah, Damien, Marla, I don't know.
And when I tell you, like, I put my penis against the TV screen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
A young top is born.
Young top.
A top is born.
I know what I'm supposed to do.
I know now what I must do.
That's hysterical.
Penetrate, but I would just drag my peen across that silver screen.
That's so cool.
But did you know at 10 years old what that meant? Did you know, I'm going to like boys? Or did you not know what was going on?
I didn't know that I was
Did you
going to
have,
like
a
boys.
conscious thought?
It wasn't a conscious thought about boys. It was just, I like that ass.
I like that ass.
I don't care what it belongs to. I like that ass, yeah.
Yeah, because even like, because I maintain attraction to girls.
Yeah,
and
for like a while.
I kissed, I remember making out with this girl, this black girl in junior high. Junior high? Yeah, I made out with her in junior high, like against like some bungalows.
Hell yeah.
During PE. So I did the things. Did I go to junior high with her? Oh God, how young was I? I was an active child.
I started young too. I gave a guy a blowjob when I was 14, and everyone was like,
How old is he?
"Oh, he was only a couple years older."
Oh, nice.
Maybe.
But
one.
it was your friend's brother.
It was my friend.
Oh.
And
You were that bitch.
I snuck him into my parents' house. I gave no fucks.
I love it.
No, but like, hear me when I say, I am sad that part of me has died. That part of me has died. I snuck him into my parents' house and I blew him when I was 14. The fuck? That's crazy.
That's beautiful.
I know.
I
was acting on impulse in such a way that I was just like, life is really short right now, and I'm gonna sneak this guy into my house because I'm in high school and I'm gonna do it.
Carpe fucking diem.
Because you're like, at that age, you're like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? My parents are going to be mad at me. They're always mad at me.
Yeah, right. So it was
Suck
like,
it. Let's suck some dick.
I don't know why I don't take chances like that anymore. Well, I know why, because I know too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Age, and then you're like, oh, well, that's scary. I can't do that. Or,
Yeah, I just don't like. I literally cannot maintain an erection for like bullshit sex situations. Like I'm not into car sex. I'm too fucking tall. First of all,
how would
so,
that
bitch,
even work?
If you ain't got a Hummer,
schematics.
If you ain't got a Hummer, you ain't getting one from me in a
Literally,
core.
unless you have a
Rent a U-Haul.
yeah, a 10 footer.
Right, like, oh, you want to get a room? No, bitch, U-Haul's still open.
Yes.
Just let's be quick so
I'm
we don't
pretty sure
die
it's
of heat
and I
exhaustion.
think, yeah, and I think it's like $30.
And mind you, like my first two times, like the first time I blew a guy was in his car, and the first time I fucked a guy was in my car.
But that was out of like the time period that it was. Like we were young, we were really young. We were in college and we all lived with people.
We were not in college, honey. I was 16 and I blew a 21-year-old. Still a proud moment for me.
That's fucking cool.
Definitely
Slightly
statutory
illegal.
for him, but I win.
I mean, I made out with a 30-year-old when I was 18.
That's
I know, but
strange
like,
to
but
some,
I was like
really weird.
but legal. And you know, if I'm being real, so, I've met a couple 18-year-olds that I had no idea were 18.
Yeah, that happens.
As long as
I
18.
just don't think I would look at me when I was 18 and be like, she's not 18.
That part. 18-year-old me, 16-year-old me, I'm like, all right, dude, you got weird taste.
Yeah,
You got
no.
weird, because that
every,
nigga did
yeah.
not know shit, and he looked strange.
And he looked strange.
Like, his type was like Cookie from Ned's Declassified.
Shut your fucking mouth.
That's what his type was. Don't do that. That was me, bitch.
Yeah, don't do
The
that.
way you describe it, man.
I just like, I don't know, I'm having these like sexual retrospective moments because I now have something to retrospect. You know what I mean? Like, I'm now looking back on these 6 gentlemen who have gotten all up in my guts in the past year. And I'm like, that's dope. I'm proud of myself because that was something that I wanted to do. And that's dope that I'm figuring out, like, what I like sexually. And that's dope that I'm actually like, yeah, we're figuring out what the fuck we like.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
It's
really
so
cool.
important.
It's progress. But it's weird progress. It just, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like flowers and sunshine. It feels fucking weird.
But
It feels a lot of ways sometimes.
I think the enemy is time, though, because I think like we're gonna look back at when we're 60 and look at being in mid-20s and be like, we didn't know what the fuck we were. We're gonna have the same like perspective.
Why didn't I turn this pussy out?
You're gonna be like, three divorces later, you possibly in your first thinking that we even knew what we wanted right now, when really we're just trying to make sense of it. You know what I mean?
All casual, like
you and your first.
By the time you get married for the first time, I will have failed thrice.
Yeah, thrice.
You'll be living.
And she was like, it'll be really sweet. Like, it'll be your first one. It'll just be kind of this, like, coming of age, like, Sarah Jessica Parker moment. It'll be really nice. You'll be wearing long Vaughn. It'll be, like, really nice.
Do you want me to be honest when you're on your third and I'm on my first?
Yeah. Honestly.
Well, still gonna be looking back, and the question is gonna be, what the fuck were we thinking?
The thing is, I burn it and turn it so fast, and that's what scares me.
Burn it, turn it, and that's how you earn it, girl.
No, I know, but like it scares me that I'm always on to the next one, and it doesn't bother me.
Why does it scare you?
It scares me because I'm like, damn, bitch, you gonna have a body count up to your eyeballs.
You know what I think it scares you?
Pace that I'm on?
You know what I think it scares you because I think marriage is so ingrained for you.
Yeah.
And
you're not wrong.
I think that a part of you, I think that you're wrestling. I think your Gemini soul is wrestling with the desire to lock it up and be wed, and part of you knows that that's not what you want, and that is not you.
I know. And like the thing is, I'm super down with the journey because, like, you know, whatever.
Journey means you get to turn that pussy out.
Yeah, no, and I've been wringing it out really, like
wring them dry, girl.
Just like an old dish towel that's been used and abused and conquered and has seen the land from top to bottom. Has had some uncomfortable moments. I've gotten hurt a couple times.
Oh, because sometimes there's a lot of like burnt caked onto that Pyrex dish. You just gotta scrub that shit out.
It's very accurate.
And I mean, I literally like dislocated my clitoris last month.
You are a legend. How do you dislocate a clitoris?
I rubbed it too hard. It's like he rubbed it, he rubbed it, I rubbed it, he rubbed it, he rubbed it again, I rubbed it too hard.
Was it rubbing or was it like jackhammering?
No. It was good. It was all good. No.
Becoming gayer by the second.
Yeah, you're just like,
oh no. Although, there's nothing worse than a clumsy bottom who is just slamming his ass on that dick too hard.
Well, no, and you're gonna break
break it?
Yeah.
Oh, like this isn't the fucking claw game, bitch. Come back, like, I don't trust a cowboy to ride this.
No, and you know what's funny though is if I'm doing cowgirl or like reverse cowgirl, so I've noticed that if I am like a little bit interested in the guy, like, oh yeah, okay, I'll work, I'll do some stuff, it's like, you know, I'll put in some work.
Right, that
but like this guy from last weekend, like as we're having like morning sex and I know that I'm never gonna talk to him again, I don't like him, I'm on top and just doing nothing. So like, I literally was just
oh
like,
my god.
I was like, yep, totally.
That's real. Back when I like just completely checked out after getting mine, after ejaculating, I would just like, I'd be so grateful that the room was dark.
Yeah.
Because all I would do is just do like a lazy fingering to just like
amazing.
Thank God the room was dark.
Because if he saw the look on my face while I was just diddling his fiddle. For me, it's uninspired. It's uninspired.
I'm on top of him, literally looking in the corner of my walls, and you know what I was thinking? I need to dust.
Straight up.
I literally was like this. I was like, pensive.
Swivel.
Over here. And then he'd be like, look at me, and I would be like, back to the wall.
Yeah.
I literally would be like, haphazardly dip, back to home decor.
Thinking about my next trip to living space.
I literally was like, I need to go to the container store because I really want these like locker things.
You're ridiculous.
No, but that all those things that I'm like I'm doing that I didn't think that I would ever do. I didn't think I would ever have meaningless like sex. I never thought I was like meaningless.
Like how did I get here sex?
Yeah, meaningless. Meaningless.
If I were a bottom or a woman, like I feel like I could get through meaningless sex a little bit easier. But my body, when my body is like not into it, fucking my homie down here just said, And the funniest and saddest question that guys ever ask me during sex is, "You okay?"
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no.
And you're like, also, do you have 5 hours and a glass of wine? Like, don't ask me if I'm okay, right?
Because I swear to God, you have 5 hours and a glass of wine. But it's just, and when that happens, like that question, it's always my marker of it ain't getting back up.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta just exit from Plantation Street or
and
whatever.
No, I actually did have to exit. Well, I had to leave him because I got too high one time and I couldn't keep it.
I've done that.
I was like, damn it, I overshot. But
yeah.
like again,
I've done that.
Sometimes I overshoot on
way.
purpose because I'm like, I just want
vomit.
Because sometimes like a guy will smoke me out and like I'm actually here for the bowl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just vomit. Yeah. Too high, bro. Can't get hard by.
Dude, I'm so sorry. And sometimes it happens when I really fucking wish it wouldn't.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like when it happens when I'm just not into the sex and they ask, "You okay?" I'm like,
oh my God.
"Hey, listen, it's not coming back. I gotta go." Yeah. And if they want to ask further questions, then awkwardness is on they motherfucking asses. Because they'll be like, "Oh, hell no," but they'll be like, "What happened?" And I'll be like,
I'm uninspired.
I am uninspired.
I'm uninspired.
Who did I say that about?
We were talking about all the dates we've gone on that were just uninspiring. We were like, okay, it wasn't like terrible, it wasn't good.
We're trying to find the word for it.
I'm just uninspired.
We're such artists. But that's what it is. Like sex is a performance for me.
It is. Oh my God! Thank you. It literally for me is performance art.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a dance.
And I'm never more athletic.
Oh my God.
I'm never more emotionally available.
I'm never more of an actress. I'm never more of Meryl Streep. Honestly.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just like, all in here, all the whole time is my eyebrows like this.
Sure.
100%.
You know?
Sure.
Like somebody's gotta twist it, or like
my face
I love
is
getting
being
a
pushed
reaction.
down, yeah, and like I'm just like, oh, daddy, like it's I'm just an actress.
I love it. Well, that is gonna wrap up this 6th episode of the Bodcast. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that the week is off to a phenomenal start for you all. Think about your intentions, set them, and fucking do everything in your power to reach and just shatter those fucking goals. Reach beyond. And take care of yourself along the way. Coming up August 18th, Function presents Culture Couture, a fashion and art experience. Come on out. I'll be co-hosting with my friend David Lorenzo, and we will be presenting an awesome show to you guys. There are 3 incredible fashion designers coming through to bring us some incredible fashions. There is Banloy Co., Banloy Co., there is Fatimoda, Fatim0da, and there is also Justin Shavira, Justin.Chavira. These are 3 incredible designers, 3 incredible fucking experiences that are going to be had. So it's going to be an awesome event. Everyone is welcome. Details will be, where am I going to put this shit? Where do you guys look at things? Oh, details will be in the description of this post. But again, to save the date, August 18th, it'll be in the evening. There will be a bar. It is a 21 and over event. Will we be able to have? There is a bar, but it will be an 18 and over event. So we just look forward to seeing you guys. I also want to send a big shout out to my team for the Shavira Summer 18 line, which is myself, Justin Shavira, our designer, the incredible Sierra Taylor, who you can follow at Sierra E. Taylor, SIERRAETAYLOR. She is also featured on my track, You Know. She's an incredible singer and an incredible friend. I love you, girl. And we have also just added one Miss Courtney Gardner. You can follow her at Tantra with Courtney, TANTRAWITHCOURTNEY. But she's actually the model for the main poster for our Culture Couture fashion event, and she wanted to be a part of the fashion show as well. So we reached out, and she is going to be getting involved with us. She is a mindful living expert, a certified sexologist. She is just all about that well-rounded, fully realized type of living, and she's all about helping people on that journey as well. She's an incredible spirit, and I'm stoked to have her on board as well. But yeah, we're going to be walking and strutting and stunting in the fashions created by one Mr. Justin Shavira. And you guys should really come and check out our show as well as the 2 other incredible shows that are going to be presented that evening as well. I also want to thank my friends Natalia and Riley for just being fabulous. I was just driving around LA the other day and decided that I wasn't quite ready to come back to Orange County. So I hit them up and we hung out and shot the shit. Get you some friends that can do both. You know what I'm saying? As always, I'm Rudy6. You can follow me on Instagram at TheRudy6, TheRudysix, because we spelled that shit out. And this is the Bodcast. You know, so glad to have this with y'all. Feel free to email us with questions, inquiries, or just a word at thebodcast6@gmail.com. TheBodcast6, spell that shit out, at gmail.com. Thebodcast6@gmail.com. I hope that y'all doing genuinely well. I challenge you to respond to the question, how you doing, from a very genuine place a few times this week. At least once. If somebody asks how you doing, don't just say good. Don't just say doing fine. Don't just say tired. Let them know. Maybe it's the grocery store clerk. Maybe it's the bank teller. Maybe it's a police officer. I'm just playing. I ain't talking to no cop. But find someone to be real with. Even if it's a stranger. Let it rock. Fuck it up this week. Handle. Love it. Live it. Do it.
Bombshell, Barbara. Ooh, they want you to run, girl. Don't do it. They got their guns, but I never knew all the shit they knew or what they do. When they came into the room, saw me here with you. Those shadows filled the corridor. I heard the door slam. Ignorant figure step to this key. Pull pin out of heart grenades. We going boom, 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 boom. Hey, hey, we going boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, drop knowledge on fool. Real soon. When life gets hard, do it smart. Keep playing with your brain and your heart. Do it for Bob. Bombshell.